This is The Binge. No dramatic intro, just a microphone and a mind that refuses to stick to one topic for very long. Think of this podcast like falling down the internet at 2:30 in the morning, except instead of scrolling, we talk it out. One episode might unravel a strange moment in history. Another might wander into science, culture, psychology, or some bizarre corner of the world that most people never notice. There's no master plan here, just curiosity, a little skepticism, and the occasional realization that the world is a lot weirder than we give it credit for. So if you've ever opened 10 tabs because one interesting idea turned into 9 more, welcome to the rabbit hole. Welcome to The Binge.
It's the Binge Podcast where everything's a blast. It's the Binge Podcast. Come join us fast.
Let's talk about something everyone spends a shocking amount of time avoiding. Death. Not the philosophical version, not the poetic version where people talk about passing peacefully and going to a better place. I mean, the physical reality of what actually happens to the human body after the lights go out. Because the truth is a lot stranger, a lot more scientific, and occasionally a little more gross than most people expect. And once you understand it, it's kind of fascinating. The first few seconds, everything just stops. The moment death occurs, whether from illness, trauma, or old age, the body essentially loses its master control system. Your heart stops pumping, blood stops moving, oxygen delivery shuts down. For a few seconds, nothing dramatic happens. Cells don't instantly explode or collapse. Your body doesn't suddenly realize it's dead like a character in a cartoon. Instead, it's more like a massive city suddenly losing electricity. At first, everything just sits there. Then, systems start failing one by one. The brain is the first organ to get into serious trouble. Brain cells are extremely sensitive to oxygen deprivation, and within about 3 to 6 minutes, many neurons begin to die off. This is why medical teams move so fast during cardiac arrest. The brain runs on oxygen the way sports cars run on gasoline. Take it away long enough and things start going very wrong. But here's the strange part. Your body doesn't just immediately shut down everywhere. Some cells, skin cells, muscle cells, even certain immune cells can remain alive for hours after death. So in a bizarre way, parts of you are still technically living even after you are gone. It's less like flipping a switch and more like a slow biological power outage. The next stage, gravity takes over. Within minutes after death, gravity starts doing something interesting to the blood in your body. Because your heart is no longer pumping, blood begins to settle in the lowest parts of the body. This process is called livor mortis, and it causes purplish discoloration in areas closest to the ground. If someone is lying on their back, for example, the blood pools along the back of the body. Forensic investigators actually use this to determine whether a body has been moved after death. If livor mortis patterns don't match the position of the body, it raises some very uncomfortable questions. In other words, even after death, your body is still leaving behind clues. Then things get stiff, literally. A few hours later comes a process called rigor mortis. Muscles throughout the body begin to stiffen and lock into place. This happens because muscle cells require energy, specifically a molecule called ATP, to relax after they contract. Once the body stops producing ATP, muscles get stuck in their last position. Think of it like a mechanical clamp that can tighten but no longer has the power to release. The stiffness usually begins in smaller muscles first, like those in the face and jaw, and gradually spreads through the body over the next 6 to 12 hours. Eventually, the entire body becomes rigid, which is about as creepy as it sounds. But here's the twist. Rigor mortis doesn't last forever. After about 24 to 48 hours, the chemical bonds holding the muscles stiff begin breaking down and the body relaxes again. It's like the system locks and then slowly unlocks itself as decomposition begins. Now the real transformation begins. This is where things get both fascinating and a little uncomfortable. Your body contains trillions of bacteria. Most of them live quietly in your digestive system, helping with digestion and generally minding their own business. While you're alive, your immune system keeps them under control and confined to certain areas. But after death, the immune system shuts down, and those bacteria suddenly have the run of the place. They begin breaking down tissues from the inside out in a process called putrefaction. In other words, decomposition isn't just something happening to your body, it's something happening inside it. The bacteria that once helped you digest lunch now starts digesting, well, everything. It's weirdly poetic if you think about it. Your body becomes an ecosystem again. The gas problem. As bacteria break down tissues, they release gases like methane, hydrogen, sulfide, and carbon dioxide. These gases begin building up inside the body, causing bloating. This stage can cause the abdomen to expand dramatically, and sometimes gases escape through the mouth or nose, producing sounds that have historically terrified people. In the past, before modern science understood decomposition, these noises led to some seriously creepy myths about corpses groaning or coming back. In reality, it's just physics and biology doing their thing. Still unsettling, still a little freaky as hell if you're not expecting it. Eventually, nature reclaims everything. Over days, weeks, and months, tissues break down further. Insects, particularly flies, play a major role in the process. Flies lay eggs. Those eggs hatch into larvae. The larvae help break down soft tissues. It may sound grim, but this process is actually incredibly important for ecosystems. Decomposition recycles nutrients back into the soil, allowing plants and other life to grow. In a very literal sense, life feeds on death. Nature wastes nothing, not a damn thing. The weirdest part of all. Here's the truly strange takeaway. Every human body that has ever existed, every king, every scientist, every rock star, every random person who ever walked the earth has gone through some version of this exact process. The most powerful emperor in history, the richest billionaire alive today, the guy who invented the smartphone you are probably holding right now. Same ending, same biology, same quiet return to the ecosystem. It's oddly humbling when you think about it. No matter how complicated our lives become, politics, technology, money, fame, the human body still obeys the same ancient biological rules it always has. We're sophisticated animals running on elegant chemistry. And when the chemistry stops, nature patiently takes everything back. Slowly, scientifically, and without giving the slightest shit about our plans. If you enjoyed this podcast, please like and subscribe.
Tune in right now. Got stories to tell, from the small to the grand, all under one spell. We talk about this, we laugh about that, from the strange to the bliss. Get ready to chat. It's the Binge Podcast, where everything's a blast. It's the Binge Podcast, come join us fast. Right now, got stories to tell, from the small to the grand, all under one spell. We talk about this, we laugh about that, from the strange to the bliss. Get ready to chat.